The 2024 NBA MVP race has been widely disputed over the past couple of weeks. And in the eyes of most people, there are 5 players in contention for this award. I have set out to make a video on the case for each of these top 5 options. This is the second of those videos. Just 2 days ago, we explored the compelling case of gilgeous-alexander for MVP, and today we dive into the odds-on favorite, the overwhelming case for another Nikola Jokic MVP. Remember, this is the case for, not against. The case against Jokic will come out in the other videos. We are currently 59 games into the 82-game season for the Denver Nuggets, and Nikola Jokic is averaging 25.9 points per game, 12.2 rebounds, 9.2 assists, all the while shooting 58.1% from the field. And although he did have a more efficient season last year when he did not win the MVP, these just pure box score numbers line up very nicely with his other 2 MVPs in 2021 and 2022, where he averaged 26.4 points per game, 10.8 and 8.3 on 56.6, and then 27.1, 13.8, 7.9 on 58.3. He did take 2 less shots per game last season, which obviously would contribute to his insane efficiency, but even so, I think it is pretty clear that he is having one of the best seasons of his career this year, even though it wasn't as efficient as last. First of all, Nikola Jokic is turning the ball over at the lowest rate he has since 2018, with just 2.9 turnovers this season, compared to 3.6 last year, 3.8 in 2022, and 3.1 in 21, 20, and 19. And when you factor in usage, his turnover percentage is a career low at 11.9% per cleaning the glass. But before we get too deep into the advanced analytics, let's first just talk about some insane stat lines that Jokic has had this year. On December 28th versus the Memphis Grizzlies, Nikola would score 26 points on 11 for 11 from the field. He also was perfect from the free throw line at 3 for 3, had 14 rebounds and 10 assists. And that was in a blowout win that he only played 29 minutes in. And the next night, in a back-to-back loss versus the Thunder, he would go 9 for 10 from the field, and then 6 for 7 and 13 for 16, marking only 5 missed shots over a 4-game span, which according to NBA history is the 3rd highest field goal percentage over a 4-game span in the shot clock era, with the other 2 both being from Wilt Chamberlain in 1966 and 1967. Yes, Nikola Jokic went 39 for 44 in 4 regular season NBA games. I still cannot wrap my head around that. Oh yeah, and let's not forget that last game included a game-winning 3 from Jokic to beat the Warriors as the clock expired. And then on January 14th versus the Pacers in an 8-point win, he goes 12 for 13 from the field with 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. And just a week later against the Wizards, he goes 15 for 20 from the field with 42 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. Almost exactly 1 month later, on February 22nd versus the Wizards again, he again goes perfect from the field, 10 for 10, 21 points, 19 rebounds, and 15 assists. And then Nikola Jokic over the next 2 games follows that performance up with 29, 15 and 14, and 32, 16 and 16, giving him a 3-game third quarter triple-double streak, averaging 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 15 assists. And the following game versus the Kings in another win, he would only score 19 points on 9 shots, but he would again have a triple-double. So that's 4 games in a row with a triple-double. In that February 25th game where he went 32, 16, 16, and 4 steals, he became the first player in NBA history to reach those numbers as well. I hope you're getting a pretty robust picture of the insane season that Nikola Jokic is having. I just had to point out those individual box score nights before we got into the advanced analytics because it's absolutely absurd. But before we do, I want to say one thing. I understand that we as humans get bored with greatness, especially prolonged greatness that is exposed to us for a considerable amount of time. We all did the same thing with the New England Patriots and Tom Brady, and people have even done it with Patrick Mahomes over the past couple years, trying to say Joe Burrow was better than him in 2021 and 2022, and even Josh Allen over the past couple years. But let's be real for a second. Nikola Jokic is an otherworldly talent that we will probably never see again in the NBA, and his case for MVP is just as good as it's ever been. According to cleaningtheglass.com, who filters out garbage time, he is currently dominating the 4 to 14 foot range, which they call the short mid-range. He's currently shooting 61% on over 400 attempts, which is good for second in the NBA with a minimum of 50 attempts, behind only Zubats for the Clippers. And he's currently leading the entire NBA in on-off plus minus at plus 24.2 per cleaningtheglass.com. Just how good is this? Well, Clean the Glass estimates the Nuggets win 51 more games this season with Nikola Jokic than without him. They play like a 66-win team on the court in his average of 34 minutes, and in the 14 minutes without him, like a 15-win team. To provide some perspective for you, we're going to go through each one of these other contenders for MVP and show you their on-off plus minus plus their estimated win plus minus as well. Starting with Jason Tatum, he's in the 69th percentile at plus 3.2 on-off plus minus, and he adds plus 5 expected wins to the Celtics, making Boston a 67-win team with him on the court and a 62-win team without. That really just shows you how good this Boston Celtics team is, even without Jason Tatum. Luka ranks 4th in this list at plus 8.3 on-off in the 89th percentile. Dallas plays like a 50-win team with him on the court and a 30-win team with him off the court. Then we have SGA at plus 11.2 on-off, the 94th percentile in the entire NBA. OKC plays like a 65-win team with him on the court and a 41-win team with him off. And lastly, we have Giannis, who is a plus 13.5 on-off in the 97th percentile. Milwaukee is a 59-win team with him on and a 28-win team with him off. But Clean the Glass also has a really cool stat I wanted to show you guys as well, where it factors in the effective field goal percentage of an entire team with that player on the court. And of course, Nikola Jokic is not only first on this list, but first in the entire NBA with a plus 7.9% team effective field goal percentage with him on the court, which doubles Giannis's plus 4.2% and dwarfs Luka's plus 3.2, Jason Tatum's plus 1.6, and SGA's plus 0.4. And when it comes to my last video on Shea, I talked a lot about estimated plus minus on dunksandthrees.com. For some reason, that metric doesn't like Jokic as much this year as past years, ranking him 4th in the entire NBA and behind both Luka, Giannis, and SGA. But if we quickly take a look at both Darko and LeBron, which are both highly regarded all-in-one metrics as well, Jokic ranks 1st in the entire NBA in both of those. In Darko, you have Giannis 2nd overall at plus 6.6, Tatum 4th overall at plus 5.8, Luka 8th at plus 4.6, and Shea all the way down at 13th at plus 4. And then in LeBron, with Jokic at 1, you have Giannis 2 as well, SGA at 4, Luka 5th, and Jason Tatum at 11. And if we take a look at LeBron's historical data when it comes to MVPs, this is what we find. In 2023, Joel Embiid ranked 3rd in LeBron. In 2022, Nikola Jokic ranked 1st. In 2021, Nikola ranked 1st. In 2020 and 2019, Giannis ranked 1st. In 2018, James Harden ranked 1st. In 2017, Russell Westbrook ranked 4th. In 2016, Steph Curry ranked 2nd. In 2015, Steph Curry ranked 1st. And in 2014, Kevin Durant ranked 1st. If you remember the SGA video I did the same thing with EPM. And to me, it looks like historical MVPs rank higher in LeBron than they do on EPM. Two last things I want to mention are defense and team success. Nikola Jokic is underrated defensively. According to cleantheglass.com, the Nuggets are giving up 5.9 points less per 100 possessions with Jokic on the court, which is in the 91st percentile. They're also allowing 6.6 less offensive rebounds, which is in the 98th percentile, and 6.4 less made free throws per 100 possessions with Jokic on the court. Compared to the rest of the contenders, Giannis is minus 4.3 points per 100 possessions. Jason Tatum is minus 2.4. Luka is minus 2. And SGA is plus 0.5. We don't have enough time to get into why Nikola Jokic is underrated defensively, but I put up some highlights that kind of show you, and hopefully some of these advanced analytics seal the deal. The final thing we have to mention is team success, because MVPs are not won in a vacuum. They are won by media voters. And media voters aren't just going to look at LeBron or EPM or Darko and make their pick. So why should Jokic deserve an MVP when Giannis is at the top of his conference, Shea has brought the Thunder to the top of their conference, and Jason Tatum is leading a historically good Boston Celtics team? Well, firstly, with the Oklahoma City Thunder, let's not pretend like the Nuggets are far away from them. They're a half game out of first in the Western Conference. The Nuggets did not get worse from last season. The West just got better. So I wouldn't be mad if the voters chose Jokic over an SGA, as long as the Nuggets stay pace and only finish a game or two back from the Oklahoma City Thunder at the end of the season. When it comes to Giannis and Milwaukee, the Nuggets are having very similar team success. I don't think you could argue that really. And then with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics, to me, that's just a historically incredible team. And as great as Jason Tatum is, there is absolutely no denying that Nikola Jokic is far more valuable to the Denver Nuggets than Jason Tatum is to the Boston Celtics. Like we said before with Cleaning the Glass, the Boston Celtics are a 62-win team without Jason Tatum, and the Nuggets are a 15-win team without Nikola Jokic. Obviously, those are small sample sizes. These guys are playing a majority of games, but it is a point to bring up. The Boston Celtics are a playoff team without Jason Tatum. So my one challenge to you in this video is to not get bored with continued greatness. Nikola Jokic is on a run over the past 4 seasons that will go down in NBA history. Don't become numb to it. Just enjoy it for what it is. Because one day when you're in your 60s and 70s, your grandkids are going to ask you about what it was like to watch Nikola Jokic play basketball. Or they'll just search his highlights on YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the video I just made on the compelling case for a gilgeous-alexander MVP, and be on the lookout for my next video, the controversial case for a Luka Doncic MVP. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and as always, we'll see you on the hardwood.